Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got another fall video for you today. This is going to be my favorites for fall blushes. So I already did my favorite fall lip products, my favorites for fall eye products, and today is going to be blushes. And I have way too many sitting in front of me because I just love makeup. So it's really hard for me to narrow down, and I get really excited about makeup in the fall. So what I did is I kind of grouped them sort of like nudie, neutral kind of blushes, and then kind of brownie plum blushes, and then kind of pinky plum blushes, because that's kind of what I go for in the fall, is one of those kind of shades. So I've got just way too many sitting in front of me, so let's just jump in. Okay, the first one is the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush in Peach Beach. I always say that is such a tongue twister. This one is a gorgeous, just glowy, peachy shade, and it just goes with anything. All of these in this category are going to be blushes that are just going to go with anything. They are just easy peasy, they match, they're beautiful. This is really pigmented. It does have shimmer, so you have to be okay with a very glowy, I don't know, it's not like chunky glitter, but it does have little micro shimmer, so you have to be okay with that. If you don't like that, you won't like this blush, but the packaging is precious and the color is gorgeous. Next is Benefit's Rockateur. I remember when this blush first came out and I looked at it and saw swatches online, I was like, nah. Like, I really didn't think it was that special, but then once I bought it and started using it, this is one of my favorite blushes, like, of all time. I love this blush. It's neutral. It looks so boring in the pan, and it looks so not impressive when swatched, but when you get it on your face, it's this one right here, when you get it on your face, you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. Now, it's probably not gonna show up on super deep skin tones, but if you are light to medium skin tone, then it's gonna be really, really pretty. For deeper skin tones, maybe like sort of a peachy, bronzy kind of a highlight, it could work. But oh, it blends really well, wears really well, smells good, smells like the Benefit blushes. Ooh, I just love it. Great one for fall. Next is Jordana's Sunlit Bronze. This is so pretty, and it's $2.50. You cannot go wrong. And really it's a great one for fall, but this is a great blush for any time of year, just because it is super neutral and just goes with everything. Now, I didn't mention this category. I have a lot in this category because I love smoky eyes in the fall. I love really dramatic eye makeup. So you can go look at my favorites for fall eye products to kind of see what sort of things I picked. But I just love dramatic eye looks, so I really enjoy a very neutral cheek as well. I didn't go very neutral on my cheek today, but I just love that, you know, when you have these sort of blushes, they're gonna go with anything, so you don't have to worry. So that's Sunlit Bronze right there. It's just a beautiful, more peachy toned kind of a nude. It's just amazing. Goes with anything, and again, $2.50. And then I grabbed Sleek's Suede. This is a really pretty blush. I have not given this blush enough love, I will just tell you. Like, I've had it for a while and I kind of forget about it, but the couple of times I have worn it, it's beautiful. It's kind of more of a warm toned neutral blush. It's right there. So it's nude, it's neutral, but it has kind of those warm sort of, warm sort of corally shades, which are just really beautiful, especially for the fall. And these kind of blushes like just give your face life. So not only is it pretty, but it makes you look healthy and like you're not sickly. And you know, in the fall we lose our tans if we had a tan in the summer, which I really didn't. But if you self-tan, I know for me, I get extra lazy in the fall and winter, and I don't mess with all that. So I feel like blushes like this just really give the life back to your skin. So, and the Sleek blushes are pretty affordable. I think they're like $5 or $6. I think they're $6 or $7, but still a great price point. And a cult classic is Tarte's Exposed. This blush really is as amazing as everybody says it is. I remember when I first saw it, this was like way before I started my channel. I heard about this through YouTube, just as a watcher of videos. I remember looking at it and I was like, what's the big whoop? Like, I just didn't get it until I put it on my cheeks. And then I was like, oh, it's because it's amazing. This one is more of a plummy pinky neutral. It's definitely more on the pink side. But when you get this on your face, oh my gosh, it is amazing. My sister likes makeup, but she's not a makeup junkie like me. She does her makeup every day. She does enjoy playing with it, but she's just not a junkie like I am. So she was wanting a new blush. This was a while back, and I told her, you need Tarte's Exposed, because this is a blush that will go with anything. It makes your skin look beautiful. It just works, and she loves it. She ended up getting it, and she totally loves it. I use this on clients all the time. It's just a go-to blush. It is just amazing. And I don't know if I've mentioned, these first three were kind of more shimmery. Yeah, kind of more on the shimmery side, or a little bit of a satin kind of a finish. These are slightly more matte. Yeah, the sleek one is matte and Exposed is a matte. So, oh, so pretty. And then I grabbed Hourglass's Mood Exposure. This one is kind of like, it's a little bit similar to Exposed in that it's a neutral kind of a blush, but it's definitely got more of the pinky mauve-y tones of the neutral spectrum. Ooh, look how pretty that is. And these are just so fancy. They're expensive. They're like, I think $35 for a blush. That's crazy talk, but they are amazing. They just blend beautifully on the skin. You can see it has a glow to it, is how I would describe these blushes. It's not shimmer, it's not glitter, it's a glow, and it's because it has those ambient lighting sort of powders mixed in with the blush colors. So it just makes such a beautiful, glowy look on your cheeks. They're all gorgeous, but this one especially is just perfect for fall. And these next few are going to be my favorite kind of brownie plum sort of shades. And it's funny that I even have a category for that in this video, because I've never been into these shades in the past, because I just thought they didn't work for my skin tone, because they look pretty scary in the pan and even in swatches, but you just have to be light-handed with them. So they're beautiful for your light-handed. If you're as pale as me, if not, then you don't have to worry about it as much. But just be light-handed if you're pale like me, because they're gorgeous. Okay, the first one is MAC's Sheertone Shimmer Blush in Sweetest Cocoa. Oh my gosh. I love this blush. And I love it as an eyeshadow too. Now when I show you the swatch, it looks like an eyeshadow. It looks like a bronzy eyeshadow. But when you get this on your skin, it's magic. I mean, just looking at it in the viewfinder or in the monitor, I'm like, it still doesn't look like it would work, but it does. You just have to be careful with it. And, oh, it's just gorgeous. It's bronzy. It's got some of those kind of burnt sort of copper look, you know, tones to it. Those kind of neutral tones. It's got a lot going on. And it's just, I already mentioned, it's beautiful as an eyeshadow. So if you get this, you can throw this. This is good for travel because you can throw it in your bag. It can be an eyeshadow. It can be a blush. It's just amazing. Next is Jordana's Cocoa. Oh my gosh, another super inexpensive, $2.50 or so blush. This is gorgeous. It is dark. Again, it looks scary. It's kind of like, well, it really is just a plummy brown is how I would describe it. And when you get it kind of blended, it starts to have a little bit of a sheen to it, but just look at the warmth in that blush. These just give, again, like I've mentioned with another blush that I already mentioned, it gives your skin life. So, and this can almost like, when you have these sort of colors, they almost sort of work like a sculpting product as well. So if you kind of keep them a little bit lower, like sort of on this part of your face, it can be, it's a blush, but then it's also giving your face a little bit more dimension and shape as well. That was just so pretty, Cocoa. And then I grabbed e.l.f.'s Blushing Rose. Really, this one could probably be with the pinky plums as well, but just looking at it in the pan, it has more of those kind of warm tones to it, but when you swatch it and blend it out, it does kind of have more of those plummy shades. but it's kind of right in the middle. I don't know. So it could be with either category. But this one is, again, very affordable. It is like $3. It's got a sheen to it. And when you turn it, it's got dimension. So there's plums, and then you turn it and it's got kind of those coppery sort of shades almost. Those kind of coral tones. So this one's got a lot going on, and for $3, you can't go wrong with it. Okay, for Pinky Plums, I've got the Palladio Herbal Matte Blush in Bayberry. So this one is more pink. Like, you look at it and it looks definitely very pink in the pan. And it is. It's a bright pink, but I don't know. I feel like it's got just a little bit of something plummy going on with it. So I feel like if you still want kind of that sweet pink sort of a cheek, this one's a good one that you can do that with, because it's got just, I don't know. It's basically a pink blush, but for some reason, I like these kind of more bright blushes that have just a little bit of plum in them for the fall. So this one's got just a little bit of purpley tones to it, but these are really, really nice. Matte, so you've got the option to add a highlight or keep them matte, so I really like these. They're from Sally's. Next we've got the Balm Instain Longwearing Staining Powder Blush in Pinstripe. This packaging is so darn cute. It's so vintage. This one is beautiful. It's a plummy pinky shade. These are, like, the texture of these just feels so creamy and soft and blendable. And these do stay really well on your skin. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. So it's got more kind of red tones in it for sure than that Palladio blush. So this one's definitely, when you look at it, looks a lot more fall. But again, I mean, these stay so well. So if you have trouble having your makeup stay around, these are great ones to look into. And then I grabbed MAC's Breath of Plum. This is what I'm wearing today. Again, beautiful pinky plum. And this one is a Sheertone blush. So it's one that you can really build it up, like you can lightly apply it and it's very subtle, or you can build it up and get a lot more color. But oh, the texture of it is just buttery and beautiful. It's right there on the top. Oh, it's matte. These Sheertone blushes are so nice. Just when you touch them, when you put your finger in them, they're just like so blendable and soft. Oh, so amazing. I love that color. And it's more of a light, very subtle pinky plum, which is really, really nice. And then I want to end on one of my very favorite blushes for the fall. I bought this one several years ago, and it still just continues to be one of my very favorites today. This is Tarte's Blushing Bride. And this was really probably the first like scary blush that I ever bought. Well before I had a channel, just when I was a watcher of YouTube. I remember when I went to look at the Tarte blushes, I looked at this one and I just thought, I didn't buy it for a long time because I thought it wouldn't work for me. I thought it was going to be way too dark. But if you're light-handed with it, it will work if you are fair complected. If you're darker complected, this is going to be gorgeous on you. This one has, this blush has a lot of dimension to it. Now it does have micro shimmer, so just know that about it, so you're not surprised. You can really see it in the pan, but when you get it on your skin, it's not quite as obvious, but it just gives more dimension to it. So there's pinks, there's plums, there's red tones in this blush, but then there's that golden micro shimmer that just kind of adds a glow and just, oh, a lot of dimension. Such a pretty one. And the Tarte blushes just last really well on the skin. So this one's a little bit nostalgic for me. I love the color of it, but it's just kind of one of the first ones that kind of got me into more fall toned sort of blushes. Alright guys, so there are all my favorite fall blushes. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and definitely let me know your favorite blushes for the fall. I love just beautiful, plummy, brown, neutral, lots of different gorgeous cheeks for the fall. So I want to know your favorites to see if there are any that I need to go maybe check out. So let me know that down below. Ask me any questions you have. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!